Paddy People Television, today reporting from Key Visa Company. We're here to enlighten you about visa and immigration rules. This very important and popular TV program here on Paddy People Television is of course with Darren Mcgarry, the guru of visa matters in Pattaya, the person who knows probably most about these matters. And this is very important for all foreigners who either stay here or plan to stay here to understand how the rules really are. And Darren, what are we going to talk about today?
I think the hot topic at the moment, Niels, is the TM30.
And what is a TM30?
Here we go, yeah. That's what everybody's asking, yeah. Okay, a TM30 was introduced many, many years ago, and it was mainly for tracking Asian workers in Thailand. Okay, so we're talking more than 30 years ago, yeah? Okay. What they've actually done is now they started introducing it at the local immigration offices. And what it actually is, it means that any foreigner entering Thailand within 24 hours of arriving should go to their local immigration office and report they've arrived. Okay, this is what they call a TM30 form. Now, the confusion is that most people, by the time they find out about it, it's time for them to go home, or at the moment, you know. Now, this was introduced in Pattaya immigration a couple of years ago, but it only seems to have got bigger and bigger now on the news due to the petition that was put in Bangkok to Chang Watana, with people complaining about it and business people and saying they thought it wasn't fair. So what they decided to do was put it to the board, put it to the chief of immigration. Now he's decided that it is fair and that he wants to carry on with it. So what started off was a pimple has ended up like a big boil now, you know. It's really, and as we know, they made the decision they're not going to go back on what they've already said. We've seen that before. Now, a TM30 should not be mixed up with what we call a 90-day report. Now, people with retirement visas, marriage visas, they go to immigration every 90 days, fill in their standard 90-day report to let them know they're still breathing. The TM30 is more about when you leave the country, when you come back in. If you go to another province, then you come back to your own province. Now, some of the things that I might say might sound a little bit silly, but these are pretty much the laws and what they expect you to do. Now, the TM30 you can complete at your local immigration office. Now, if there isn't an immigration office there, you can try and do it online. They've got a new online system now, but like everything else, it's not working properly. So you need to just don't go to a police station. They don't know what a TM30 is. Just find your nearest immigration. Try and do it as fast as you can when you arrive. Within 3 days, they normally say they'll allow. Upon completion.
Does that also account for tourists and so on? Do they also have to do this?
Everybody, even if you're coming on a 30-day holiday. Now, the scary thing is that people who come on holiday, there's nothing to tell them that they have to do a TM30. Now, we go into that because most people stay in hotels. So hotels already know the rules. Hotels, guest houses are aware that they have to do the TM30 on behalf of the person staying under their roof. So because they're what we class as the householder, they own the property. The hotel has to do the thing for them, okay, the TM30. So there's no worry there. Sometimes if people stay for 30 days, they go to the immigration for another 30 days, and the immigration might say, you've not done a TM30. It's possible you could get fined because you don't know what a TM30 is. The immigration are frightening you. You think, well, I'll just pay the fine and just get it done.
When you do the TM30, do you have to pay a fee?
If you are there within time, no. But if you are late, which 90% of people tend to be late, because by the time they've found out about it, it is too late, you know, and then there is a fine involved. I won't speak about monies on here, but yeah, there is a fine involved, okay. If you, let's say for argument's sake, you're renting a condo, from a housing agent or somebody like that, If they're a good agency, they will tend to complete the TM30 for you. Okay, they will do it, you know, so they'll organise that. If they don't, you ask them, have you done my TM30 for me? So if you're going to stay anywhere that and the property does not belong to you, the people who own that property should go to the immigration and report for you. That is a legal thing, yeah? So if you're going to stay at a friend's house, a relative's house, whatever, and it doesn't belong to you, they have to go. If you're coming back staying in your own condo, in your own house, you go and report yourself. Okay? And all the TM30s is a piece of paper in the back with your address on it that stays in there. It doesn't go. Now, if they're saying now that, let's say for argument's sake, you're in Pattaya, your friend's invited you to go and stay at his house for 2 days in Korat. They say, when you get to Korat, you've got to go and do another TM30. And then when you come back to Pattaya, after 2 days, you've got to go and report again that you're back in the province. This is what the arguments are about at the moment. People are saying it's absurd that you would need to have to go through this every time you move around in Thailand. You know, okay, we can understand going out of Thailand and coming back in. Yeah, that's fine, letting them know you've arrived. But they're saying now with all this, with the fingerprints and everything coming through the airport, why would you need to report within 24 hours? They know you're here, you know. And these are what shall we say, the inboard fighting's about at the moment with regards to foreigners.
So, what is the advice then? The advice is obviously to do what are the rules and the regulations of the country. Now, if you feel that you don't understand the rules perfectly, even after this information you got here, you can always come down to either the Pattaya Expat Club, or you can come down to Key Visa Company here next to Big C South Pattaya and talk to Darren and to have a man-to-man discussion about the matter and get a personal advice.
It does get complicated, Niels, but we can, as an agent, we can help them. We can help them do it fast with no aggravation. You know, don't get worried about it. If you live in the Pattaya Chonburi area, you haven't done anything about it yet, just come and see me. Bring your passport, don't worry.